use this blade.
This is Morr'gán Rowlings with another video. Thank you for coming to join us on this video. So, again, I thought I would vent a bit about life's inequalities and unfairnesses and so on and so forth. I believe it was last Tuesday. I think. Yes, it was Tuesday. It's another donation day. We were at a Walmart store, and you know, I'm used to everybody that as I walk by or something, everybody gives me the second look, or you know, because I dress weird, I look weird, I act weird, I talk weird. And I, for the most part, I don't mind it. I don't necessarily like being amongst people, but I don't exactly mind their weird way of acting, looking at me. But we were in the fabric section having a deco at various fabrics and ribbons and things. And a lady comes up and asks Melissa if she knows if they have any chair cushions there. And Melissa, of course, goes and shows her, and as we were leaving, I heard the lady say something, but it didn't really register with me. I didn't pay much attention. And my niece comes up and said the lady said she really liked my outfit. And I felt so good. Because every once in a while you'll come across somebody who sees the strangeness of the way I dress and everything, and they like it. Because deep down inside, everyone wants to be able to flow with their individuality, and most of them just decide to follow the path that everyone else does. And when they see somebody like me who is the rebel and who takes charge of their own selves and does their own weird thing, whatever it may be, they like it. It strikes a happy note in their heart, so to speak. And you know, they really like seeing that someone else has the freedom to do their own thing, even if they can't yet. And I hope they will someday, soon. Because this world is in such a mess. There's a song, actually I posted it on YouTube a few days ago, called Umay. And basically, Umay is the Turkic goddess of the earth, of motherhood, fertility, whatnot. But the song is saying how you want me to give, rain and golden fields of grain. That's the phrase I remember. And this and that, but you will forget about my name. And instead, I will give you my storm, I will give you my hail, I will tear up the trees, sweep up the seas, and destroy your fields. And you will reach toward the sky, but in this world you will die. Basically, the song is saying, if you look from a pagan viewpoint, or if you want to say it's Mother Earth instead, basically mankind keeps doing their own shit and forgetting that the Earth exists, as in, the Earth has needs as well, and mankind is just destroying it, absolutely confusticating it. And the Earth is going to turn and destroy mankind, basically, in its destruction. That's not a happy thought. I don't know about you, but I don't exactly want to see the Earth a desert wasteland, unfit for human, animal, or vegetation. This is not the place you want to live in. This is a rather nasty world now. Everything is dirty. I can't take a walk anywhere without seeing it's dirty. There's cigarette butts all over the place. There's ash falling from the sky. There are candy wrappers here and there. It's ludicrous. I don't like this world anymore. I mean, I mentioned in a former video that I tend to isolate myself. I'm not much of a companionable person. I prefer being alone. I spent 3 glorious months at one time alone. Completely alone. There was no one to talk to but the animals. The dogs, the cats, the birds, the squirrels, the deer, the rabbits. There was a wolf or two. There was a bat once. And my ideal life would be to build some sort of hut or something out in the middle of a great big giant forest that nobody ever went in. Or if anyone ever did, it would have to be very rarely. And I would live that way. I would grow things. I would do a small bit of hunting. And that would be ideal to me. I would be Radagast, the brown, basically. Except I'd be the green. The green and Gothy. And I would be happy that way. Because that is basically how I lived in those 3 months. It was the most comforting thing because I knew for a fact that the dogs loved me and the cats loved me and all the other animals loved me. And let's just say when I would lay down to sleep, usually one of the animals, the dogs or the cats, the others were a little more spookish, but the dogs or the cats would come up and sleep with me. And if you think that the love of an animal is just that they want you to feed them, why would they come and sleep with me? And why would they follow me on my long walks? Probably my walks lasted for about 8 miles. One direction. Unless they really cared about me as their wizard. I definitely prefer animal company. But I made the choice to cohabit with the human. And I married Melissa. And with that choice, I decided to live amongst humans. And I will not say there are no regrets, as in, many times the stress levels become unbearable and I have to hide myself away in a room, close the door, and de-stress merely by being alone. Or sometimes a cat will follow me in there. And that's actually quite a benefit because it's the animal connection. And then later I can go back out and try again. And it's a form of life. I don't know if the day will ever come that I can actually live in the woods alone once more. Or if me and Melissa and our children can live in the woods. And be secluded up to a certain point. Yes, the children go to school. Yes, Melissa has her family, as in her brother and sister, and so forth. I would be perfectly happy to live my life alone. And if I can incorporate Melissa into that life to a certain point, I am overjoyed, because I know that I cannot live without her now. Now that I have actually found her, there is no going back. I'm sure everyone who watches this video understands what I'm saying. That when you find that person that you love with all of your heart and soul and mind, if you had a choice to be with them, or to walk away and be alone, I'm sure you would choose to be with them, no matter what the pros or cons are. You would choose them. And that is what I did. Because I love that woman completely. And sometimes I think back towards the time when I was alone and how very good that was, and I wouldn't trade it for Melissa. Yes, I'd trade it for the world if I could incorporate Melissa into it, but whether that is likely or not, I do not know. Perhaps someday, perhaps not. One day, about a week ago, we had forgotten a window open in our room, and it was a bit cold in the evening, and I lit some Nagchampa incense in our room. Just because I wanted it to smell good. Well, it so happens, whilst I was alone for those 3 months in the orange trailer that we called the Pumpkin, it would get very cold in there at night, and I would burn incense at night. The Nagchampa incense. And later that night, recently, I walked into the room after burning the incense, and it hit me like a wave, a shock wave. And I suddenly felt as if I was transported back to that time. All of the happy moments and memories just suddenly filled me, because it felt as if I had walked back into that world. And I almost cried because of how much I loved that feeling. That time was a time when I had so much hope for my life. I had chances to do things that I do not have anymore. I had never had my heart broken in a relationship before at that time, and now I've had it broken more times than I want to know. All of the happy memories filled me, and it gave me the courage to keep on going, to keep on trying. It was an excellent experience. For those of you who are going through rough times in your life, some of you rougher than the others, and believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I would encourage you to dig back into your memories and find something that was encouraging and uplifting from a time when there was little or no pain. Find certain details about that you can recreate in your daily life today, and try it. It is worth it. So, thank you for watching. Please, if you're not already one of my subscribers, please subscribe. It would be nice to see another name in my notifications. And until next time, hail and farewell.